Joining me in the studio is the wonderful Tanya Unkovich, and today we're taking a look at things that stop us from moving forward in life. In fact, you've called them the 5 Ds that stop you moving forward. Welcome to the show, Tanya.
Hi, how are you this morning?
It is lovely to have you here. Now, when you talk about the 5 Ds, you're not talking about me, are you, Diane?
Not the darling Diane, no.
Okay, so I'm not part of that list, but you've got a list here of things that do stop us moving forward.
Yes.
Shall we take a look at what some of these are today?
Yes, okay, well, they are doubt, discouragement, diversion, defeat, and delay.
Ooh, I mean, those are some big things. And I think one of the biggest is doubt. Can you talk about that with us?
Well, it's doubting us. It's doubting God. We start doubting God and His goodness and ability to answer our prayers. We doubt God's ability to forgive and love. We doubt the extent of love. And, of course, self-doubt. Doubting ourselves, not believing in ourselves. And that's one of the reasons I go on and on about keeping a book of courage, a belief book about yourself. I've got a little A5 book that is a belief book, and I write in it everything I believe to be true about me and who I am.
And these are good beliefs, right? We're not talking about some doubting things in there, are we?
Well, no, they're good beliefs. They are just lists of evidence of things that I know that I have done in my life. And they don't need to be big things. They can be even small things. And I started doing this years and years ago, journaling. And, you know, one of them was I won a race when I was an 8-year-old at school, at primary school. So things like that. And whenever we have that self-doubt and we go back and look at all of these wins in our life, it's one way of seeing that actually, Tanya, you've been winning or achieving in God's eyes all of your life. Who are you to doubt now?
I love this idea because I think we do forget. We've got terrible memories, and it is so easy to forget some of those things that we do that are really good. You know, it's easy to remember maybe those embarrassing times at school where something awful happened, but there are wonderful times as well, right?
Yes, to create that extra belief in yourself.
So we've got doubt there. What are some of the other things that you've got on the list?
Well, discouragement, and that is something that tempts us to focus intently on our problems rather than trusting them over to God. We have this, sometimes we think, oh, this is too big for God or this is too small for God. But actually, anything, God will take anything. All we need to do is believe that once we pray or once we hand it over, that there is a possibility that things can then change very quickly as well.
Discouragement. So tempting us to focus intently on our problems
rather than trusting God.
Yeah. And it's easy to feel discouraged. But do you think it's just, well, maybe not just as easy, but do you think in those moments of discouragement, can we catch ourselves and go, actually, just stop this?
Yes.
Because you could be here 2 hours down the track.
Yes.
Can you stop yourself on that track before you go into this deep burrow?
Yes, of not believing in who you are and feeling discouraged because maybe you didn't achieve something when you did. And that's where that belief book helps, doesn't it, to go back and look at that again. And it's just about being aware of those thoughts that go through your mind.
Absolutely, and knowing that they can be just such a destructive cycle, right?
Absolutely, that negative person in your mind, you know, I've heard them described as the negative committee in your head.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to stand up and say, hey, I'm the director of this meeting, just sit down and be quiet.
Yeah, and sometimes we do kind of have to put an image like that in our heads so that we can just have a bit of a laugh.
Have a laugh about it. Someone else I know, I've heard calls them the crazy aunt in the attic who doesn't stop screaming, you know, so there you go. You can have a playful take on that one.
Yeah. Now, diversion. I wasn't quite sure what you meant about this one. What is diversion?
Well, you start, I also think it can be procrastination as well.
Okay. Right.
So you get tempted by things that might be a quick fix, the shiny new object, anything that will divert your attention to what is true or what is important or what needs to be done.
Right.
So often if you have a task that you are struggling at even the thought of doing it, you'll divert and go, actually, maybe I'll do that first. I'll do that over there. But really, you're just wasting time. You're procrastinating, but you're diverting because the real thing that you need to get done is a little bit too difficult right now, and you just want to not do it.
Absolutely. It can be a bit scary, unexciting, all of the things that we don't really want to tackle as humans, right?
Yeah. Or we get diverted by things that will give us a temporary fix and help us to feel good on the outside instead of going deep. So don't get fooled by those little things that look bright and shiny, but they aren't really long-term and fulfilling in the process.
Yeah. Defeat. This is hard, right? Because you could stay in defeat for a very long time.
Yeah, you can keep on that story that I'm a failure.
Yeah.
However, gosh, how many times did so many successful people fail before they invented whatever it was that they wanted to invent? It's about continuing. It's about being consistent and persistent and never, ever giving up. So never to feel defeated. Even if you have tried something, those are your past results. They're not your forever results.
Yeah.
And you have to keep thinking, well, from right now forward, what are things going to look like? What do I need to do differently? So defeat is just a little speed bump. That's all. Gives you a stub toe. It doesn't stop the process.
And then lastly, we have delay. So what is this one?
Oh, it's another one like procrastinating, isn't it? And then you never get things done. You just keep putting off, you keep putting off, you keep putting off. So the thing is why am I putting this off? Whatever it is. And sometimes it's you're scared to fail, but sometimes you're also scared to succeed. You're scared to shine. You don't want to shine. So why am I putting off sending out this letter to all of my clients or setting up my profile on a social media thing? Is there something there that you are frightened of? Are you scared of being out there in public? Are you scared of shining in the world and people noticing you? So you keep delaying.
Yeah. Don't be fooled, people. So the 5 Ds, let's just run through them one more time, Tanya.
Okay. Doubt, discouragement, diversion, defeat, and delay.
These are the 5 Ds that stop you from moving forward in life. But if you do want to move forward in your life, Tanya can help you. She is an incredible, encourager. That's what I'd like to call you today.
I'm an encourager. That
You're
begins with E.
Yeah. Well, I just thought it was about time we used something else.
Letter.
You can head to Tanya's website. What is it, Tanya?
It's tanyaunkovich.co.nz.
Hey, thanks for your time today.
You are welcome.